conversation that I had with you, it's very clear that you're not just giving education and degrees, as we call it, quote unquote, but you're training the minds to be different people. So I'm honored, I'm grateful to be part of this. Thank you so much. And when you said Unnati, I think it is growth. But I will leave you, I'll come back and I'll leave you with a question and come back to the lecture later, because I think Dr. Raju will leave and then we'll continue. I'll leave you with the question is growth. In which direction? And what is your choice that you will make? In which direction you want to grow? I'll leave you with that question and come back to you later. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Tomorrow, on the eve of International Women's Day, we have a Women's Day celebrations at our own Reva University Kuvempu Auditorium by Mark Media Communications. May I request our Honorable Chancellor, sir, to release the poster of tomorrow's event. I kindly request one and all to please attend tomorrow's celebrations, where we have received delivery lectures on self-defense for women, financial literacy for women, diet and beauty tips for women, some very
Good morning to you all. Having Dr. Ananda Shankar here with us on the day to remember my beloved wife. We are fortunate enough to have her here, and she is going to speak about woman empowerment. According to me, this university started growing and running with the power of women only. Everybody, for that matter, in their life will know the importance of their life partner once they lose, what they miss. When my wife was alive, she had three things wanted to me to fulfill. That is, one is education, other thing is, of course, it is personal matter, still I want to tell you, she wanted to have a daughter-in-law from one family. That also, both these, of course, I fulfilled. One thing was, wanted to have one Kalyana Mandap, but that Kalyana Mandap I could not able to complete. What she has chosen, that is in front of the Manyata, I think you have to see in Manyata Tech Park, could not able to manage to get that property because of the lot of litigations were there. That's why otherwise I could have done that. To fulfill that, that is how this Reva Rangasthala came here in the campus. That is now today I am disclosing that. I don't want to continue because I may become a little more emotional. But one thing I request all my children and also my Reva family. I have a lot of emotional attachment for this organization. even a single kid who are pursuing education here will miss their human values, ethics, and all along with a degree, then I feel bad because my wife was very ethical. She was I can say, a gem in her as a lady, as a wife, as a mother, as a friend. Moreover, she used to spend her time when I am away from the house with the. We have about 10, 12 okay, workers at home. That is not, I can say, I don't say that the workers, because she used to sit and have lunch along with them in afternoons. Of course, morning and evenings we used to have dinner together, breakfast together. But her life was associated with everybody, whether it is a servant or a guest, anybody for that matter. That that is the ethics she had. So I want everybody who are pursuing their studies or profession, whatever it may be, should become first humans. Then they should have ethics. They should get the nice degree in a rightful way. That is what I am expecting from this temple of learning. I am not at, I am just pumping in money and developing this organization just because of her. At the same time wanted to give something to society through her dream. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Please try to understand, because we have the excellent person here who can really speak out what are all the ethics and all those things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Dr. Shubha Ma'am, Director, School of Management and School of Commerce, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, it's indeed my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. On this occasion, let's take a concrete step to help and achieve gender parity more quickly. Let's respect and value difference, develop more inclusive and flexible cultures, and root out workplace bias. Let's be leaders within our own sphere of influence and commit to take action to accelerate gender parity. On this note, I would like to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. P. Shamaraju, for gracing the occasion and also delivering the presidential remarks. More than that, for sharing the most emotional thoughts and the purpose why REVA is established. So his emotions are really should be deep rooted in each one of us, and let us meaningfully work towards it. Sir, on behalf of all of us present here, I thank you very much for gracing the occasion. I would also like to express my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed guest for gracing the third Srimati Rukmini Shamaraju Memorial Lecture Series, and she would be delivering the lecture soon after this inaugural program. Ma'am, we are extremely inspired and also happy to have you in our midst. On behalf of the entire REVA family, I thank you. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. S.Y. Kulkarni, Vice Chancellor REVA University, for gracing the occasion and orienting all of us about UNNATI and importance of Women Empowerment Lecture Series. I also thank Dr. Ramesh sir for gracing the occasion and also spending some time with us. Sir, on behalf of all of us present here, I thank. I also thank all deans, directors, faculty members, support staff, and student friends for making this day more meaningful. So let's have a meaningful day. Thank you.
The talk that we are all waiting for from Padma Shri Dr. Ananda Shankar Jayant. May I request you, ma'am, to please deliver your inspirational lecture on women empowerment, a holistic perspective. Thank you.
So have you been thinking about what I spoke? What I see in front of me is India's future. and I'm deeply touched that you think me good enough to speak to you. When I say India, I mean India in a very, very large context, not just as a nation, as the number of people, but as the true legacy of the world. For example, how many of you have been to, say, Hampi or to the Tanjavur temple, Brihadeshwara, some of the big temples? So like all of us, like all of you do, last year with my family, I went to Tanjavur, the Brihadeshwara temple. It was not the first time, but we had a proper guide. And this temple was completed in 1010 AD. We are in 2018 today, okay? It was all granite. You can Google, you'll get all this information. The granite was quarried and ferried from very far. The tallest Vimana, or the Gopura, in South India is this Brihadeshwara temple. The main spire rises 16 stories, 13 of which are tapering squares. This is for architecture students. A total height of 208 feet. That's approximately a 21-story skyscraper of today. And upon that sits an 80-ton cupola of stone, sheer stone, of granite. You must be thinking, why am I giving you all these grand number crunching of Tanjavur temple? Because today if I look at it, if I don't tell you Tanjavur, you will say, oh, this is a fantastic infrastructure project. Correct? But then that became the epicenter of a great kingdom that spread its glory across Southeast Asia. So as we looked up at the Gopura, squinting and trying to find the Vimana and all that, I kind of, I said, how could they have done this in just 10 years? This whole construction of what this whole number crunching that I'm talking about was constructed in 10 years only. And you and I know that even a metro takes longer and drives us nuts. What is it? And I looked at myself and I looked at my family and we all wondered and we said, how could they even imagine doing something like this in 1010 AD? That's more than 100,000 years. How could they have done it? What were the tools that they used? How did they imagine it? What was the methodology they used? And then the next question that came to my mind is, what will people, this is 2018 and my jaw fell when I was looking at Tanjavur for the nth time. I said, what will people in 2018 be so excited about? What will we in 2018 leave for someone to be awestruck in 2018? Do we have anything to leave? What is the legacy in terms of the visible, in terms of who we are, in terms of our knowledge, in terms of our attitude to life? What is it that you and I will leave as a legacy for someone 1,000 years ahead to be so awestruck and say, wow, how did they do it in 2018? Or in 3018 also, will they be still looking at 1010 and say, wow? What will your legacy be? What is the legacy that you and I, men, women, I am not going to speak so much about women empowerment for the simple reason we are all rather empowered. We are extremely empowered. The fact means we've already come a long way from, say, your great-grandmothers. I won't even go to grandmother because they also started getting to be here. But what does this women women empowerment mean to you? What do you want to be empowered in? In which direction do you want to go? What is the growth you want? Is the question I will leave. As I said, Mr. Dr. Kulkarni said, Unnati, which direction? So I go back, coming down. But no, look at her. She's beautiful, she's bedecked, she's bejeweled, yes. But she's vitality. She's life. She's the one who gives you that energy that is there in each and every one of us, man or woman. She is creativity, she is creation. And she rose out of that creative churn. And I invoke Saraswati. Who is Saraswati? You immediately say she's one with the veena. But to me, she's memory. She's perception. She's learning. She's wisdom. She's knowledge. She's understanding. She is education in its widest sense. And we invoke her when we are sitting in spaces like this, which focus on the education of not just you as a person, but you as a mind, you as a spirit that will change this country. And of course, my favorite, Durga, the third goddess, whom we all bow to when it's Dashara. But who is she? Look at the metaphors, look at the imagery that define her. It is said that Durga was created by the many millions of gods who invested in her their power. Why? Because they were all up front with an absolutely evil demon, Mahisha, and they individually couldn't handle it, that demon. They said, let's pool our sources, pool our resources, and create this entity with our strengths. So Indra gave the thunder, Shiva gave the Trishul, and so on and so forth. And so, Durga was all of 18, beautiful, bedecked, bejeweled, as we all love our goddesses to be. And she had 18 arms. In each of those arms, she carried a weapon. A trishula, pasha, bow and arrow, a sword, etc. Why? Because she was ordained and she was created to go into the battlefield and destroy this evil Mahisha, which the gods themselves couldn't do. The men gods couldn't do. So she was sent with all their powers. So let's not trigger on that. She was sent with their powers. And to me, each of us is a Durga. Not because we want to go and kill someone, which also sometimes happens, but to be able to encompass different parts of ourselves and different parts of our lives together. I think the word multitasking came with her. You and I as women, and I'm speaking to the women especially, and men please listen. You and I as women can be the mother, can be the sister, can be the daughter, can be the daughter-in-law, can be the nurse, can be everything. How often do we not have a phone tucked here, giving instructions to the maid, the driver, and doing your office work and talking to your child? 6 things will happen at the same time. So it's natural multitaskers. And coming back to Durga, now she goes into the battlefield with fully armed to kill Mahisha. And what does she ride on? What does she ride on? Does she ride a chariot? Does she ride a horse? She rides a lion. Now you don't even find lions in the zoos, unfortunately. Now you will tell me, what is this? You're telling me some old stories. Durga, 18 arms, lion. How is it relevant to me? And I'm saying, yes, it is. Because you and I may not have a line, probably have a broken down car. But you have something else, a natural resilience, a natural core strength, a natural attitude of going out there and succeeding in whichever way you want, in whatever way you think is needed. The fact that you're all here from across the world is because you have been governed by that energy which is at the core of your being, to push yourself to the best possible person you could ever be on this planet. As human beings, I think we are here a very short period of our lives we spend on this planet. So the human part of it is what I want to speak on today. What is this human capital that does not distinguish between man and woman? You're all in that arena where